There's always some She-Hulk news popping up for some reason. I'm sure you remember this show, right? One of the worst examples of Marvel, Disney Plus you could ever bring up. Nobody liked this show, literally. 32% audience score. I don't even know. Yeah, this is it. They don't even have, like, verified audience on this. They just realized everybody hates the show. Critics liked it, though. Of course, critics thought it was great. It's amazing. If you don't like this show, of course, you're some kind of bad person. No, maybe the show's just bad. We heard from a source not too long ago that season 2, not going to happen. And now we seem to have that confirmed by the actress that starred in the show, Tatiana Maslany. So I first noticed this from the DCU Direct Twitter handle that says, She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany has cast doubt on the series' season 2 renewal. I think we blew our budget. And Disney was like, no thanks. So I'm not shocked here. I don't think anybody is shocked. We're going to go through this article. But it's a shame that things ended up this way. She-Hulk is actually, for those that only know her through this awful show, is actually a good character. There's a reason her comics are still around until this day. And, you know, they got canceled here and there, but they would bring them back, and sometimes to some successful runs. But unfortunately, because Marvel doesn't want to follow the source material anymore, and they literally hire people that aren't fans of the comics, we get shows like She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, where they change things and make her independent of Bruce, which was stupid, even though he was in the show. But by that I mean her origin. The way she became She-Hulk in the comics was through a blood transfusion. But we can't have that because Bruce Banner would save her life, and we can't have a man save, a woman's life, can we? So instead, they get in a car accident, and one little drop of his blood gets in her and turns her into She-Hulk. That's so dumb. A blood transfusion is more believable because he had to put bags of blood in her literally to change her. But we got what we got. A show that contradicts itself all the time, like the scenes where she twerks but then says that she gets catcalled. But hey, let's sexualize her when we're saying that sexualizing her is bad. The show is shit. So, season 2, probably not going to happen, and now we hear it from the horse's mouth. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law star Tatiana Maslany does not recommend fans hold out hope for a season 2 on the Disney Plus series. So far, the only live-action MCU Disney Plus original, as in made for Disney Plus series to be renewed for season 2 has been Loki. However, many of these shows ended up with just enough loose ends to pick up from a second season if it were to happen. She-Hulk was no different, even cheekily referencing a season 2, if not more, in the MCU's writer room during the show's finale. So is it getting a season 2? According to She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany during a recent Twitch stream, a season 2 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law seems highly unlikely. Speaking during a Codenames Live, the New Class stream, Maslany said she does not think fans should expect a season 2, remarking, with a dash of humor, the show blew its budget with season 1. Given this, she said that Disney was like, no thanks. Isn't that funny that that's the excuse? It's not that it was an awful show that nobody watched and got and got bad reviews from just about every fan. No, it's because it blew its budget. And what a joke that is. That's even worse, in my opinion, because that show's CGI is dog shit. And you're telling me you blew your budget? Like, you should, if you were going to spend more, it should have been on the CGI. But how much money did that show waste considering how it looked? Because the show looks really low budget, and we know that's not the case because some numbers came out on this show not that long ago, and they're big. This money cost a lot of money per episode. I can't remember the number, but it's a lot. It's a budget for a small movie per episode. It's insane. And when you see the amount of money this show cost to how it looks, it's really bad. Nothing about this show is good. It's such a bad show. And when you go and you look at fan reviews, it's pretty universal. Nobody likes this. Of course, there's people that claim they like it. But do they? So she was asked, here's the direct quote, should we hope for a season 2? And she said, I don't think so. I think we blew our budget. And Disney was like, no thanks. It is worth noting that she said she was relatively confident in her answer and was not giving any sort of official announcement on the stream. And she says multiple times that she thinks that it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. We've already heard from, I think it was one of those source leakers that came out and said it's not going to happen. I do believe that. I think this show did damage to the MCU, and they realize that they're doing a full turn now, because now they're doing that thing with Daredevil. They brought back the cast from the original. They made the Netflix series all canon. So I think what they're trying to do is fix things. I think they know they fucked up, and they're trying to fix things within the edges of ESG the best they can. However, I don't think She-Hulk's gone. As this article points out here, like, she's probably going to show up in other stuff. She'll probably show up in other people's movies. She'll probably show up in an Avengers movie. She'll probably show up in other Disney Plus series. I think the idea of seeing her in Daredevil is highly likely. So I think you're going to see more of her, but as far as her getting her own show, probably not going to happen again. Probably not going to see another She-Hulk show. Ever. Unless for some reason she builds up a big following from appearing in other people's stuff and they deem it worthy of another show, but she's a total CGI character. She's an expensive character to make a show around, as seen in this show. However, next time you do it, why don't you spend a little bit more money and get better people to do the CGI? Oh, wait, you can't, because you've alienated yourself from all of the good talent that makes CGI because you treated them like shit. So you're kind of stuck. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Do you want a She-Hulk season 2? I mean, it would be great for my channel, but as far as entertaining people, I don't think so. If you would, please subscribe. Would love to have you around here. Also, if you would hit that notification bell, throw a like up, share the video, check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.